Mental health is just as important as physical health, and we now know of the vital link between these two areas. Over the last few years, global challenges such as the war in Ukraine, climate change, the cost of living crisis, the COVID pandemic, these have all taken a huge toll in society, and it has made mental health a topic that needs addressing seriously and quite urgently. Increasingly, I find that people are able to speak about mental health and encourage others to speak about it with kindness, with compassion, and have an understanding around it. And that's why today, the First Lady's initiative, Mrs. Zelenska's focus on mental health as a topic for this summit is incredibly timely and needed. Due to the invasion, Ukrainians are suffering in so many ways. Now, some of that is through physical scars, but a lot of the suffering will be emotionally, mentally, and that will leave scars lasting for a long time. We in the UK feel your pain, and we will work hard and do everything we can to support you in your communities, but also your country. Now, the UK is doing a variety of things to support Ukraine, but one area that I'm particularly passionate about is the Homes for Ukraine scheme. And I've been lucky to meet some of the folks who have visited me here in Downing Street via this scheme. And we have about 100,000 people living in homes of British families across the country. What I found so touching was how much the British families and the Ukrainian families came together as one big family, whether it was sharing meals, whether it was getting the young people to school, helping them understand, of course, the English language, but also the culture, and vice versa. The UK has really woken up and taken notice of this issue in recent years. The Prince and Princess of Wales, through the Royal Foundation, have done some pioneering work in the field of mental health through their initiative Heads Together. Now, young and old alike, across different sections of society, are acknowledging that mental health is a real issue and a challenge that needs to be addressed. Sports stars, well-known media figures, across society are saying, look, let's talk openly about mental health, showing that this is a topic that can affect anyone. And that's really breaking down barriers and breaking down stigma. Now, the government's stepping in the UK over the last few years, and in years to come, there is more money allocated to mental health services than ever before. The UK government is also expanding services, and I would say the largest expansion of mental health services in a generation. So as a parent, I know full well how important physical health is, and I take that very seriously as far as my daughters are concerned. But let's also not forget their mental health. And I start with this. I want them to understand what mental health really is. What does it mean to have a mental health challenge? How do we talk about it? How do we talk about it openly? And I want my girls to feel free to come to me, to others they trust, to talk about their mental health challenges if they arise, but equally to ask for help. And at the very least, to at least know that they are in an environment where no matter what they encounter, they will be able to talk about it and to get support from someone that they trust.